Chapter 10. Celine Carr. I found the Eaton Oak Hotel at about 1 a.m. I was thinking about James' snowflakes, Brian's knife wound, Terry's mayfly. I looked up at all the dark trees in the evening light. A tree is a road that goes up into the sky, I said to myself. The place felt at once familiar. Many of my dreams consist of myself walking around towns and cities confidently, which in real life I do not know and have never been to. There is a place in my dreams where I return to. A snicket past an old cathedral takes me down the back gardens of many houses and stranded dogs. I finally reach an old train track adjacent to a river. I walk on the train tracks for miles and miles until I see a building. I cannot bring myself to enter the house from the front, so I jump over the back gate and find a glass sliding door. Just as I am about to attempt opening this sliding door, I wake up. I still do not know what exists behind that sliding door. In my dreams, I have never been myself, but all people. My experience is the experience that all persons will and could have. I look down at the gravel in the car park, and it reminds me of the gravel I thought about in Boston. I feel as though the whole world is whispering something to me, yet I am too ignorant to understand. I stumble into the reception and enact that unique experience only drunk people would be aware of, to attempt to think rationally under the influence of alcohol. It was a bit tricky, but I soon punched in my key code on the locker number that was synchronized with my room number. I procured the key and walked the stairs up to the third floor, where I found my room. I was in. All I wanted to do was drink my second bottle of Heinrich Hartl and find a small opening in the bathroom window where I could stare out from and smoke cigarettes. Why smoke cigarettes? What else can one do when they are drinking? One is too drunk to do anything else but puff away. Cigarettes should be seen as friends in this light. I light a cigarette and allowed strange thoughts to pass through me. I wondered whether to be lost was actually to be found, and whether to be found was actually to be lost. At least in my solitude, I was open to all other lonely creatures and sounds. We had a sort of pact. To be in love is sometimes to be lost within an array of feelings and routines. One becomes familiar with a lover's touch, their house, their car, and then before you know it, you have somehow been wrenched out of it or have escaped it, yet the exact same kiss and house and car is waiting for someone else. The same television set with the same television programs, the same slightly disgusting wine glasses that would come out at the end of the day. I have spent my whole life hiding from the cars that my ex-lovers owned. I would jump into a skip on seeing one, regardless of who was driving it. Am I really as different as I think I am? I have never been here like the others. I do not have meaningful encounters with people. People are like dreams to me. Even Isabel feels like a dream to me now. I poked my head out of the lavatory window and stared at a wall 2 meters in front of me. I thought about dinosaurs and how a duck knew which direction south was. Out of nowhere, my phone decided to make a sound. It was from Celine at night. I hovered the phone just above my nose and read the message. Sam, you really are taking this seriously, aren't you? I've spoken with Brian and James and some of the others, and we are coming for you. We all really should have met up sooner. I'm excited to hear more about you. None of us knew Ben had another friend so important to him. Just sit tight, and we'll be there as soon as we can. Where exactly are you? We really look forward to seeing you. If you need to contact me sooner, just shoot me an email on here. God bless. Celine Carr. Was this the moment when everything would start to make sense? Was this the moment where I would be whisked away by the ghost of Benjamin and all his friends? Just to talk? To be in the company of people that gave a damn, that felt things, that wanted to talk politics, but more importantly wanted to ask me how I was? Would I become lifelong friends with these people, playing chess with James or Brian at Celine's villa on a summer's evening, whilst the rest of them put on a Greek play with flowers and masks? Would I be invited to dance toward the end of the evening with a wreath one of the ladies had made for me? Could I look up at the stars with them? Could they teach me each constellation whilst reading my palm with soft, sensitive strokes and hushed voices? But did Benji really like these people? I fell onto the bed, and for the first time a wave of relaxation swept over me. I had not slept in a bed for days, and I soon gave in to the comforts of duvet and pillows. Yes, the minor chords were still there. Toseland Forest would be full of nocturnal nightmares on legs right about now. Most of the world would be rattling away with human activity. Many writers, if they indeed still existed, would be maniacally placing ink on paper or finger to keyboard, in tune to a new call of inspiration or simply to the vertigo of their own self-obsession. A helicopter may be scouting the skies somewhere with distant chops keeping a young couple from gaining some long-earned rest. I let my arms and legs find a position where they would agitate no more. I let my eyelids creep over my eyes. I was about to sleep to the image of a giant flea market full of old collectible classical records, but I was brought back to life with another beep and buzz from my phone. I knew Isabel would want to say good night. I knew she was there for me, really. I needed someone to love me. I need someone to love me. I stretched across the bed and looked at the screen.